iron seized after being discovered in the boot of a car. From Government Minister to Lord Mayor, Convat-Scarlett edges out Katrina Fong-Lim on preferences. And Alice Springs becomes Rev Head Heaven for the Red Centre Nats.
This is 9 News with Henry Jones.
Good evening. There's been explosive allegations of sexual assault at Royal Darwin Hospital, which has resulted in 2 doctors being stood down. Reporter Isabelle Mullen joins us live in the studio. Isabelle, what can you tell us?
Well, Henry, the 2 doctors have been stood down while there's an independent investigation into allegations of sexual assault on 2 students in separate incidents. Student placements have also been suspended in the division involved while this investigation takes place. Henry, we're told any further action taken against the doctors will be based on the outcome of the investigation.
Izzy, thank you. A 42-year-old pedestrian has died after he was hit by a motorbike on El Rundy Avenue overnight. The 21-year-old rider survived the crash but suffered serious injuries and has been flown to Adelaide for treatment. Police are appealing for any witnesses that may have seen the crash to come forward. The Territory road toll now stands at 21. A 20-year-old woman is lucky to be alive after falling from a balcony at this apartment block on Wood Street. She fell from the 3rd floor onto a lower balcony. The woman was transported to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. It's not known what caused her to fall. Hundreds of litres of cask wine, which was allegedly going to be sold illegally, has been found at an Alice Springs home. Police seized 58 casks in total, which have been packed into a car boot, believed to be for distribution. It's taken a week of counting, but finally residents across the Territory know the results from the local government election. In Darwin, it had been a 2-horse race for Lord Mayor, with Convat-Scarlett edging out incumbent Katrina Fong-Lim in the final round of preferences. A mayoral race run down to the wire. Convat-Scarlett, the last man standing, with the City of Darwin Council now in his hands. There's fresh drama in the same-sex marriage debate, with claims a Father's Day television ad is a political commercial. It's created outrage from both sides of the argument.
It looks like a soft moment between a father and child.
Don't you cry.
But it's claimed this commercial has a political edge.
Alice Springs is every Rev head's dream this weekend. Hundreds of vehicles and motor enthusiasts have descended on the desert town for the annual Red Centre Nats.
High-octane action that's raring to keep going.
And Kathryn Foran joins us now live from Alice Springs. Kathryn, there's plenty still to come.
That's right, Henry. In just a few hours, the Burnout Masters will kick off, where Australia's best will go head-to-head. And it's looking like a great night for it too. Later in the bulletin, I'll have all the weather details.
Kathryn, thank you. In the news ahead, a tradie forced to drink his own urine to survive in the desert. Plus, from floods to fires, a fresh emergency as flames engulf a Texas chemical plant. And a scare for the mighty mare as Winx wins her 19th race on the trot. A 21-year-old tradesman had to resort to drinking his own urine after his car hit a camel and rolled 150 kilometres from Yulara. He then walked up to 120 kilometres before he was found by police. He'd been working at the Pipalajara community. Police were alerted when he didn't return his hire car and missed his flight to Darwin. He's being treated at Yulara Clinic for dehydration. Isabelle joins us again, this time for sport. Is he a tough night for Eel Corey Norman?
It was Henry. Norman opens up on his decision to play in the face of tragedy. Meanwhile, his coach not overly impressed with the Eels' win. Good news for the Geelong fans, with Joel Selwood moving freely 4 weeks after surgery. And no pain, no gain at the US Open. Parramatta star Corey Norman has opened up about the heartache of losing a close friend in the lead-up to the Eels' clash against South Sydney. Norman admits he was rattled on the field as the Eels narrowly escaped with a 6-point victory.
As he entered the sheds, Brad Arthur uttered the words, "Well, it's a win."
Geelong captain Joel Selwood is firming to take on Richmond in Friday night's blockbuster qualifying final. Less than 4 weeks after ankle surgery, Selwood moved freely at training this morning before declaring he's feeling good.
Another important step forward in Joel Selwood's bid to take on the Tigers, and if his efforts today are any guide, the signs are positive.
Well wishes online, and that's very good news, isn't it, Henry?
Isn't it? Maybe a future tennis star, Izzy. Thank you very much. Well, Kathryn Foran joins us again from Alice Springs. Kathryn, how's the week's weather shaping up?
We've got plenty of dry air returning to the top end, Henry. After the break, I'll have all the weather details live from Alice Springs. Welcome back. It was a warm and sunny day here in Alice Springs. We hit 32 degrees, which is about 5 degrees above average. Back home in Darwin right now, it's 28.5 degrees. The humidity is 57%. The good weather continued in the city. It was mostly sunny with temperatures sitting between 20 and 33 degrees. It was a little warmer than we're used to overnight in the rural area. 17 degrees there before a top of 37 this afternoon. We had a chilly night here in the Alice, just 6 degrees, 7 the low out in Yulara. Sunday is looking cold and windy in Adelaide, 10 to 15 degrees expected there, while showers will ease in Melbourne, 17 at the top. Luckily, we live in the Territory and we're in for a gorgeous day. The Alice is heading for 24 degrees, warm in Kathryn, 36 the top. Be careful if you're on the road out in the rural area. There'll be some morning fog out there before some light winds, 19 to 35 degrees. Similar conditions forecast for Palmerston, 19 to 34. And it looks like our nights are under 20 degrees along behind us in the city. 21 is the forecast low before it warms up to a 33-degree day. And looking ahead, our overnight low will remain at 21 degrees. It'll stay sunny across much of the Territory with dry air gradually returning. That all sounds pretty good to me, Henry.
Kathryn, thank you. And that's 9 News this Saturday. From all of us here, have a good night.